Well, happy Eid Mubarak to all the Muslims around the globe. Special mentions goes to Ai of Fade, Adiza Fade, Umi, now at KTU, Kumasi Technical University, who is also from Fade as well. Samha Fade, now at Amasted campus. And I say a special mention also goes to Ishak, Razak, and Ishak's mother, Mama Adiza. May God bless you so much for what you did for us today. And I say, may God bless you. God bless everybody that I've mentioned, and all the Muslims around the globe. May Allah bless you. I will say, Tagabol Allah Mina Waninkum. Now we move on to our main reason why we are here. So today we are talking about a key concept of computer programming called decision structure. From day one, all that we've been doing is a sequence structure. So we write our code sequentially. So when the compiler is compiling, it compiles them in order that they appear from top to bottom. But what if we want to write a code that we will initiate, or we set a condition? We set a condition or we set our decision. We can't achieve that by writing the code sequentially or writing the code in the sequence structure. We achieve that, or we achieve this by writing the code in a decision structure. So we have two main principles in writing this code in decision structure, called the if-else statement and then the switch case statement. But today we are coming to cover if-else statement, and then in our subsequent code, or in our subsequent lecture, or in our subsequent lesson, we also talk about the switch case. So let's move on. Well, welcome back. So we are talking about the if-else statement. Let me clear this board and I begin. So, if-else statement. You see, sometimes you write a code that you set a decision, and then the decision to add a condition. So if the condition is met, then this should happen. If it doesn't, then this should happen. You get it? So let's take a real case scenario. First of all, if-else statement is not difficult, but it is one of the concepts that really worries the newbies in computer programming, or even some of the experts in computer programming. They find this concept a bit tricky. So, plead you to follow and listen to this with rapt attention. Please don't let anything distract you. Get your attention fixated on this today, because it's very, very important in coding. And if you get this well, if you understand the if-else statement and the switch case, if you understand it in the principles of computer programming, you will still meet it in the C++. As in computer science students on campus, you'll be doing principles of computer programming, then level 100. First semester you do Java, second semester you do VB, Visual Basic. Okay, all these you meet the if-else and the switch case statement there. So please pay attention and get the concept here. If you get the concept here, the other languages that I've mentioned, if you meet them, you won't find yourself wanting, or you won't find. Please pay attention here. Okay, so the if-else statement, this is what it does. We set a condition. It's like, let me create a wachi. Okay, so assuming that I'm sending you to go and buy wachi for me, so I ask you, go to the canteen. Okay, go to the canteen. That is a sequence structure. Go to the canteen. The second step, go to the wachi seller. A sequence structure. Okay, then I'm coming to set a condition. Now if you get to the wachi seller, I'm using the if statement. If some of the wachi is there, buy the wachi for me. You get it? If some of the wachi is there, buy wachi. That is a decision that I'm setting, and the decision has a condition. The condition is that if some of the wachi is there, buy the wachi for me. Do you get it? So this is the if statement. If the condition is met, then do this. So let's come here. If, then your block of codes go here. Your block of codes go here. All right. So if if decision is here, or condition, sorry, if the condition is here, all right, then your block of codes go here. So I set the condition here. Okay, so here is where my condition is. So if the condition is met, then this will happen. You get it? So let's say I'm trying to set a condition. Okay, I'm going out. Let me take the example in your book. It says that you want to go out, okay, but you have a thermometer at the window that is checking the temperature. So if you pick the thermometer and the temperature reads cold, which means let me break this into, which means so if the temperature reads coldness outside, then you wear a jacket. That is the decision, and the condition is if say you wear a jacket. If the temperature reaches then you can go out without wearing a jacket. That is the if statement. Okay, so before we can write our if statement, we need relational operators. Relational operators, it's describe or explain or tell the relationship between two operands or two decisions. Okay, so assuming that I want to compare 5 and 6, which one is bigger? I will need a relational operator to check the relationship between them. So when you talk about relational operators, you can talk of the less than sign. Okay, so relational operators. Relational operators. Okay, so I can talk of the less than sign, which is this one. I can talk of the equal to sign, which is this one. Please don't confuse yourself. I will explain this. Equal to sign. Then I'll talk of the greater than sign. The greater than sign, which is this one, and then the equal to sign. All right, and we have the not equal to, not equal to sign, not equal to sign, which is like this, not equal to, just like that. So if you take your discrete mathematics serious, you get to understand these terms. All right, so these are the relational operators basically. Then we also have the greater than or equal to sign, and then we have the less than or equal to sign. So this checks the relationship between two operands, and then it gives you a result. All right, so 5 is less than 6. If it's less than 6, so we say if 5 is less than 6, then execute this. If 5 is not less than 6, execute that. That is all about the sorry, that is all about the if else statement. Okay, so declare, let me use integer. Declare integer number 1, which is equal to 6. Declare another integer number 2, which is also equal to 5. Okay, so we are comparing. If we come here, 5 is less than 6, then what should happen? If 5 is less than 6, then display 5 is less than 6. 5 is less than 6. then we bring this, and then we end if. This is the structure of the if statement. This is the if statement. Okay. What if 5 is not less than 6? Then what should happen? Okay. What if 5 is not less than 6? Then what should happen? So using the same wachi thing as an example, if semikwana say wachi no way mean day, you get it. That is the else. You bab. That is the else. So the person will say, okay, now semikwana say wachi is one. What should I do? So the person will say, okay, so what if I go to buy the wachi and then Sam is not there? What should I do? Okay, go and buy wachi for me. You go to the wachi seller. If wachi be all wrong, so you buy the wachi for me. But the person will ask you, so wachi needs to be in the one. What should I do? That is where the else statement comes in. So if wachi is not there, then else do this. All right. So the same thing applies to this. So if 5 is not less than 6, meaning that automatically 6 is greater than 5. So if 5 is not less than 6, then it means that 6 is greater than 5. We can also say a nested if. That is when we say if 5 is not less than 6, this will happen, else this will happen. Okay, so the nested if is the if in an if statement. We will talk about that in our subsequent videos, but for now let's talk about the else statement. So now if 5 is not less than 6, then what should we do? That's where the else comes in. So if 5 is not less than 6, then else. Else display 6 is greater than 5. Then we end the if. Okay, then we end if. So that is how it is done. Okay, else display 6 is greater than 5. All right, then we end the if here. So about the second if statement. This is the if else statement in this tutorial. So in our subsequent video we will talk about the if and then the nested if statement. That's the if inside an if statement. And then we will also talk about the nested decision structure, where we will use the logical operators like the or and operators to initiate or to compare two decisions. Okay, so please, that is how we close the curtains down. That is the end of the whole cabal. In our subsequent video, in our next week, we will talk about the nested if and then what I've already said, and then we move on to the switch case. Please, whatever you don't understand, please comment in the comment section, and please share, like, and subscribe the video. Thank you very much, and happy Eid Mubarak once again.